cleaning up their mess and stuff.
Instagram isn't even working.
Everyone's been complaining about Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook are down.
It's just
Really?
It's just been down all day. I can't post anything to my stories.
I've been trying
I can't
to see.
post anything.
I've been trying to see people's stuff. I've been trying to do stuff, and it's just not working.
I can see people's stuff fine.
I tried to look at your fucking account, and it just wouldn't like. It just wouldn't.
I logged out and it wouldn't let me log in.
Oh.
I updated my phone and it's still fucking up.
Is it an update or something?
Are you also having the same problem?
I mean, I don't see new posts, so I'm assuming that everyone else is having. I don't know. Can I post anything?
I follow a lot of people. It's like I see new posts, but like I don't know. Well, like the newest post is probably like 10 hours ago.
Yeah, it's been weird with
Yeah.
me all day. Like, I think just recently they came back for me, kind of.
I don't check my Instagram that often.
Okay, yeah, it's not posting, so I assume.
And I check Instagram every 15 minutes. So this is just really frustrating.
This is the image I'm trying to post, and Instagram is blocking me from doing it.
Wait, what?
It's from Captain Marvel. One of the aliens.
The scroll.
I really don't want to pay to see Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Now, what is the school doing? Why are they holding out on us?
I'm mad that
'Cause
they're
they
playing
probably
us
know it's
while
true.
I'm seeing Mean Girls.
Huh?
They're
Oh,
playing
yeah.
us at the theater
On Wednesday.
at the exact time that I'm watching Mean Girls on Broadway.
Damn, it do be like that sometimes.
It's gonna be weird when this posts and there's no context to it. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start at 6:30, so that way we could leave at 7:30, or we'll just have a half-hour show, and then I'll skedaddle to the west side, the west side, or like maybe I don't know. I maybe just cancel next week and I'll just stand in line for hours.
I'm not gonna be here.
Right. So I guess we'll just not do it next week. 'Cause I also want to go to see Us.
Us is way more important,
Right.
especially if I can see it for free.
I really
Right.
want to see it. I'm really
You'll
mad
have to
that they
pay
did
for it.
Well, I need to
Exactly. I
first
already-
watch Get Out.
I mean, they're not.
They're not. It's
They're
not a
they're not-
sequel.
Yeah, they're not related.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
I'm
just-
putting off seeing that movie for so long, and I'm not going
Yeah,
to see this
I
guy's
mean-
second movie.
And now you have a black girlfriend, so you
Yeah.
kind of have to like get out.
She won't shut up about it, and I've like been like, I want to see it.
No,
Let's
it's
force
worth-
everybody to watch
And then
it.
you're like, I could write a thesis.
So I did.
I know. Like I wrote a thesis on the
You did.
Yeah. I was gonna have like a whole slideshow presentation from when I showed it at my house.
Like I did a project
Sorry,
on The
I don't wanna
Matrix.
see it because I'm like, I don't like horror movies.
It's not a horror movie. It's a
It's just
suspense movie.
I get scared really easily.
There's like a jump scare, but it's more so psychological horror than it is the actual horror movie.
Yeah, it draws
You're
from
speaking
60s.
my language.
Which I
It's
love.
like 60s psychological horror.
Yeah,
That draws off of like social
Oh, no.
commentary.
I love it.
Yeah. It's just they've never really done black
What
people
happened? You
before.
lost
It's
a
always
pin?
been
No,
women.
I lost my the ponytail, my Widowmaker keychain.
Oh,
Oh.
it do be like that.
It do be like that sometimes.
Mm.
Who we waiting on?
Is Sumi not coming?
Yeah, they're just.
Late?
Oh yeah,
No,
Sumi said they're not coming
Yeah,
today.
they're not coming.
I forget why. There was a reason.
Yeah, there was a reason. I just don't.
I think
remember
they're
what it was.
Not coming to the city today.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Whatever floats the boat. I don't care. What you
See
knit
a lot
with
of
your
people taking
fingers?
a normal site.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm
I was like, wait.
deviant behavior.
How did she make like a whole ass scarf with
Oh,
needles?
You and Jaleese never heard of finger knitting, right?
I just like saw like shit coming out of her hands, and I was like, what the fuck?
She's Spider-Man.
It's blood.
I'm screaming. Micah said, "Get Out" is a horror movie for white people.
Oh wait,
Are we live?
We've been live.
Huh?
Wow.
We didn't do our
I
introductions.
start at 6:55 every week.
Oh. You didn't tell us we were live.
I
We
said
live,
come
baby.
in at 6:55,
We
and we
came in
just
at
start
on me. I
talking.
kind of forgot to tell everybody, but that's also on you guys for not checking the group chat.
I checked the group chat, but I didn't think she meant she was starting at
I thought you would just come
I
get
start
us in
early
person like a
every
human
To be fair,
being.
your words weren't that specific.
I start the same time every week.
This is my
I
second
guess I
time
just
on the
never
podcast.
noticed. But we
First
came
time
in 2
calling.
minutes late, and
Did I say anything controversial?
No,
No,
Should I
okay,
not
I'm
say
good.
the N word yet? No.
No, I don't have my N-word pass.
no.
No.
I love how
You're
like
never
you
getting
like
that.
begged me and Cheryl once. You're like, even if I'm dying, am I allowed to say it? I said yes. She said no.
you gonna take that as a no.
she has superiority because not only is she black, but she's also African, right?
Yeah.
so
She
I
gave me
came
my
from
pass.
I came from the
well,
motherland.
you're Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave me my pass on
Hispanic-
our first date.
Hispanics say the N word more than freaking black people do most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like every other word. It's like they're breathing.
But yeah, if I speak Spanish to you, all you say is fucking.
¿Qué?
Yeah, you just say "que" and you want domingos when you mean Domino's.
I want Domingos.
So you want Sundays?
We're getting Domingos tonight.
Ice
Like
cream
Wednesday?
domingos. Ice cream
Domingo.
domingos.
No, miércoles is Wednesday.
Oh,
Domingo
I
is
think it's
Sunday.
Domino's.
Sunday. Oh,
It's
it's
Domino's.
sábado. It's Saturday.
Sábados.
Wow. Wait, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. Yeah, okay. Domingo.
got
It's
it.
like the last one.
You got it.
Ice cream
You're the one who grew up in
domingos.
California. You should know Spanish better
Yeah.
than anybody.
You should know racism better than everybody.
Well, you
My
grew up in like a
family.
predominantly
Predominantly,
I grew up in a predominantly Asian.
Asian.
town, yeah.
Mm.
And then it was,
Elitist
and then,
California
Latino.
liberals. We're getting political on this edition.
No, we're gonna get angry because of fucking scheduling shit.
All right, before we all
Oh
get
my
wait,
God.
wait, before we. All right, whatever.
I was joking when I said we would talk about this, but like, if you want to,
I
talk
kinda
about
wanna talk about it, 'cause
gonna
I'm like-
talk about
I'm
it because
type
this
annoyed.
is bullshit.
This is so bold.
But we
talking
have to-
about the school on the school's radio.
Well, we're free to talk about whatever we want. And I think there's like
The
one.
feed cuts off right
You know,
now.
if anyone's thinking about
Lights go
going to
off.
SVA, they need to know these things.
Yes, these
because
are
this
this is the
bullshit.
tea.
I'll text Jill. I'll tell her to tune in.
This is the tea that you need to know before you come to this school. First, no, Jesus Christ, fucking suck.
Don't come here. No.
Caller, you are live. But
Yeah.
I guess should we do the introductions?
Yeah.
Oh
Hey.
yeah.
So y'all already know who this is. I'm angry as fuck.
Is that your
Next.
Instagram handle?
Nigga, Instagram don't work today, so it don't even matter.
That's so
It don't-
true.
it don't
What
even
someone? What if
matter.
someone listens back?
Yeah, in like 2025.
2025.
Yeah.
Well,
You never know.
well, it's kind of like, watch the previous fucking episode. huh?
We've all evolved into fish people.
Yeah.
I
Sun
can't
has
swim.
scorched the earth.
It's gonna suck.
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
No,
The
shit.
inevitable
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, I'm
Hell
practicing my
yeah.
swimming.
Yeah.
I'm practicing my swimming and breathing underwater.
Mm,
You're growing gills.
Yeah, I'm
You're
growing
adapting.
gills.
You're evolving.
mm.
The
Alright.
the next step in human evolution.
So should I go to my left or my right?
I don't know. I'm
Just
it's
choose
more,
randomly.
It's more effort for me to get up.
All right, so
you.
start.
Who are
Who's
you?
you?
Yo, say something. Who are you?
Hi, I'm the degenerate that's taking residence in Kiana's apartment.
Don't say that. My
Um,
father might be listening.
Yeah, he's gonna listen to this. That's not a diss on the podcast. That's a diss on your father. Like he'll understand how to access YouTube. Hi, I'm Brian. All right, you're next.
Amanda.
She did with
Amanda,
her
come.
fingers. she
Why
did
didn't
with,
it?
she did with her fingers,
You
yo.
don't even need needles.
Yeah.
I'm Amanda. My Instagram is Daydreamima.
Oh, I get Tumblr.
What am I gonna
I'm gonna ask you
about my
every week.
Tumblr?
That's the gag. That's the gag. I have to ask you about your Tumblr every week because you'll never. Is that Sonic drawn on the fucking door?
You didn't notice that? That's
No,
been there for
That's
weeks.
been there.
Oh, we can talk
I
about
noticed
Son-
that my first day.
We could talk about
No,
Sonic.
no, we're not. No, no.
We're not talking about that.
Not
We're talking about
That
the
design
teeth.
doesn't look that bad.
It's just the hand.
Everything from the neck down looks
Yeah.
I
bad,
don't
but
like
the
his
head.
face.
No,
His
the
face
head
is
and the face
fine.
is the best part.
No, I don't like his face.
But that's
Like,
not
I don't
saying it's
like
good.
how the-
That's
I
compared to the
don't
rest of the
let
fucking
Cheryl
I
body.
don't like how his brow looks. It's really weird.
The movie posters painted a much more horrifying image than what we kind of got.
Alright, sweet.
Alright, so my name is Cheryl. If Instagram does work in the future and isn't obliterated, my handle is Need Comment. Usually I'm an advocate for things on this podcast. I was thinking today,
I'd be an advocate for all the poor students and the 4% of black people at the school, but I decided to change my mind. I'm an advocate for the Sonic, the 3D CGI Sonic.
What's the mic?
Cheryl needs to
That
stop.
character designer
No,
is
no,
the most
no, you're done. You're done.
bravest
You're
person.
done. You're done. You're done.
Bye.
Wait, we're
Gonna get copyrighted. Stop it.
We didn't learn that when we did JoJo. Don't do that again.
No.
Don't do that again.
I just wanted to add that the character
no,
designer for
stop,
3D
stop,
Sonic is
stop,
the bravest person ever.
Okay.
She's gonna be first in line to cop the art book. Anyways, my pride
yeah.
and joy.
I'm copping
Go
that
ahead.
art book.
Okay, hello. I'm Sean, resident fan of Disney and all things owned by Disney, except Marvel needs to stop. Sorry.
Excuse me?
I'm
Well,
not.
Captain Marvel, sure, but like the rest
You
of
haven't even
them,
seen it. Shut up.
It's mediocre. I'm
It's-
also an
it's-
advocate for people who have bad opinions about movies. Captain Marvel is a
Thank
bad
you.
movie.
You said the same thing about Hereditary.
Yeah.
The only
look
thing I
boring.
heard about Captain Marvel was that it was like it's good, but it's also like Air Force
We have a
propaganda.
lot of topics
Oh,
to talk
joy.
about today.
We do have things to talk about.
We have the Sonic movie. We have Captain Marvel.
The Aladdin trailer, which I still have
Oh,
yet
we
to
have
watch.
the Aladdin.
Oh no!
Okay.
Live action remakes needs to stop too. Okay. Instagram handle at Baron Von Kenny. Okay.
Baron Von
Oh no,
Kenny.
Baron Von Artist.
Artist.
Wait, don't follow my main. The Aladdin trailer was good. The door is there. You
I
can
am
leave.
Can I say a redeeming quality about him?
I'm convulsing.
We watched Kitbull together and we both cried at the part where everybody cried, so it's okay.
But the Aladdin trailer, though.
Brian,
Also, he
Brian,
said he
look
likes
at me.
Space Jam more than Roger Rabbit, so.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Roger Rabbit that much. Space Jam is a superior film. It is.
It's really not.
You don't see them remaking Roger Rabbit, do you?
Roger Rabbit's a classic.
Exactly.
It's
Space
Akira.
Jam has a sequel coming out because it's nostalgia. But Roger Rabbit
It'll
is
be
forever.
graduated.
Not good
together.
enough for a sequel. Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna have a long talk when we get home. This is Brian's last
You're in the
show.
doghouse.
You're in the doghouse now.
You're not even in the doghouse. You're in the pound.
Just take it back. Take it back.
That's so interesting. What
But
did you
that thing back where it came from, it still
Or
helped
zombies.
me.
What
So
did
healthy.
you like about Roger Rabbit? I don't understand.
what
I've
did you
just
like
seen it
about
so many times
That's
as a
not
kid.
that's not a
And I
valid
just
reason.
no, to just to the point where I was just like, I'm sick of this movie.
I feel that way about a lot of movies, but I'm not gonna.
I
say that.
recognize it's a good movie. Same thing with Forrest Gump, but I've seen it so many times. I'm like, I hate this fucking movie. Every time I see this movie, it brings me utter disjoy.
From that
Is disjoy a
perspective,
word?
I can kind of understand.
I mean,
Like if you've been shoved, if you were shoved a movie down your throat all your childhood,
that's
you'd
Coraline.
grow up. You would grow up to hate that movie, and I
don't
grew up
hate
to
it.
hate that movie.
What
What
movie
happened
did I
was-
watch?
Like I've seen Coraline. Like I remember when my brother was obsessed with Coraline to the point where I took my mother has like hardwood floors. I took the DVD and when I was cleaning the house, I put the DVD on my knee and scooted on the wooden floor just to scratch up the disc, so we couldn't watch it again. But then like my brother figured out how to use on demand. So,
Oh, no.
but like regardless, I hated Coraline for a little while and then I rewatched it and then I loved it. So it's fine. It's just like I don't like it as much, you know. But just to say, like I've seen Pulp Fiction more times than I could count, and it's just like I still love that movie.
Oh,
And it's
now I
like,
have to admit that too.
yeah, you don't like.
We
Pulp
ha-
Fiction
No,
much.
I love Pulp Fiction. I think Pulp Fiction is a fantastic film, but we had a friend in my friend group who maybe loved that movie more than you did, to the point where wherever we were like, hey, we should put on a movie, Pulp Fiction, and he would make us watch it, and he would put it
I
on,
like how, like,
and
you
now we
stopped where
hate
he
that.
said more than you did, and you're like, how?
Because it's like whenever I say, "Hey, Keanu, we should watch a movie," it's like, "Oh, okay, what should we watch?" You don't go immediately. We're watching Pulp Fiction. That's what we're watching now. Pulp Fiction.
Like,
I've
we're
already.
gonna watch Career Opportunities, the new comedy written by John Hughes.
Everyone with earphones is screeching.
Right?
I was just banging the table.
These are all jump scares.
you gotta keep it into it.
This is scarier than Hereditary.
This is the bitch like click a
Hereditary
lot.
was
Yeah.
a comedy. What are you talking about?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This provided more scares than Hereditary.
Alright, so we gotta give the people what we promised, alright? I put in the info, we talking scheduling.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so this is the part of the podcast where
I
I'm just going to
woke up-
sit here on my phone in silence for the
I
next
woke
45
up-
minutes.
Dope.
I woke up early today I usually wake up at noon on
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
I was worried that you overslept.
I woke up.
Yeah,
well,
I was
okay,
like, you slept
Julius
through it?
woke me up. I
Oh,
woke
okay.
up at like 7:45 or something.
And just kept hitting
And
refresh
just,
for 15
yeah,
minutes.
immediately. I just kept hitting refresh over and over and over and over. And then she was like, "Go on your phone." I don't know. So I went on my phone, and then that's when I noticed like the financial hold thing pop up. The two words that caused me so much strife, so much pain.
Who'd you get?
Financial hold.
Who'd you get as an animation teacher?
The TBA one. I don't know.
Same.
Yeah, I wanted Frank. I'm on his waiting list or whatever. I emailed
Really?
him,
Okay.
and I was like, please, for the love of God. just-
Cheryl.
It's
Yeah.
Here.
Wait, Sean, it's you, me, and Chloe.
Julius is
Burt.
also taking. Oh, is Chloe taking the TBA?
Was Chloe?
I think Chloe's
said she
taking
was.
Chloe's taking the TBA.
Oh,
Oh,
so there's
okay,
4
so-
of us in this class.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
And then it's going to be me, you.
But Chelsea's also going to be there.
Who else is going to be in Maria's class?
I gotta ask Instagram
I mean,
when it goes
like-
back up.
You
Claudette.
can ignore her. Like,
I guess. Oh, what
Who?
if she hears this?
Ignore who?
Never mind.
Ignore whomst?
Somebody. So, like,
Oh.
wait, that was loud.
um,
Don't be rude.
I'm
yeah.
Talks
sorry.
about the
We don't- I
district.
don't
I'm
condone
sorry,
bullying.
but she annoys me.
Well,
Talking about the district.
Speak your truth.
Um,
Yeah, Chelsea is a very annoying district because there's too many fucking kids around here, especially around 3 o'clock. Because it's like that one
Yeah.
fucking. Wait, we're Gramercy right now or Chelsea?
What Gramercy?
Yeah.
Alright.
Right.
Chelsea's mad. I mean, either or is fucking annoying.
Right.
23rd Street as a whole is annoying because there's mad people walking up and down this fucking street, and I hate it so much.
especially at 3. I can't get anything to
Ugh.
eat.
You can't move. Niggas want to walk right behind you.
The
Fucking.
amount of times you grabbed me and yanked me to the side where I'm just like, dude, I'm a big guy. If they want to get past me, they can go around. I'm not moving for them. That's big guy law.
It's like unstoppable.
You don't move for people, they move for you.
Unstoppable force
This is
versus
true.
immovable
Thank you.
object.
Exactly.
I love it when we take the subway because like, because we take all the seats and then like nobody can sit next to me.
And then there's just me having a panic attack on the subway because I hate the
I
subway.
know.
It's a
I'm like, I try to
compressed
hold
tube
you.
and then fucking.
I mean, if you keep taking it over and over, maybe it'll just acclimate.
I remember there was one time when I had a mental breakdown on the subway, but that was because it was like ultra mega sardine packed.
Ah,
Like I've never been in that congested of a tray before, and I was just having a meltdown. So that wasn't fun. But yeah. So like the shitty thing about SVA registration,
one of the.
one of the many things that are really shitty about SVA registration is the so-called randomization of time slots.
It's not even consistent because there's like different days where we can register apparently.
too.
Because there
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
kids in our year who registered yesterday.
Yeah, Rose registered yesterday.
So by
some
the time
people are
I
gonna be
wanted,
registering tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Imagine.
so by the time I wanted the class, it was like 11 seats were left out of 20. And that was like before 8 a.m., which is when registration starts. So I knew I wasn't gonna. I was like, I'm at 8:45, which is like not early. It's like right, kind of like in the middle. But I already knew, like, because like when I was going to register at 8:45, it was like 4 seats left. Okay, I'm gonna do it. But I had to refresh the tab to like.
And then they all disappear.
Yeah, I had to refresh the tab to register, and you know how long that takes when everyone else who has the 8:45 slot is getting online too. And I think my biggest mistake was refreshing at 8:45 because all the seats were taken immediately.
Speaking of taking seats, I've said this story multiple times over the past 3 hours, but I'm gonna say it again, cause that shit was annoying. Right? There's this one class I really wanted to take called Music Culture, and for anybody who's known me for at least, how long have you known me? 3 months? 3 months knows that I love music from not like just from old ass music older than my parents, all right? Maybe even older than my grandparents, whatever. And on, right? There's a class that focuses on the history of fucking music from the 1950s to the 1970s, right? It's perfect. And I look and I refresh every fucking 15 minutes. 4 seats available. 15 minutes before it's my turn to go at 9:30. There's 2 seats available. Female sitting in front of me. 2 seats available. She didn't put in her emergency contact information. And you have to reset that or like verify it every year, every semester.
Every 6
So-
months.
That happened to me.
Right, and if you don't do it, then you can't register for classes. Something fucks up. But it's just as simple as saying, like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's correct. Right? Female turned around, looked at me square in the face and said, hey, I took the last seat. There's no more seats left. I said, excuse me? She said, yeah, I wanted to take that class because they're going to talk about Elvis. I felt this strong pain surge through my fucking body. And I'm sorry if you're listening to this, but this angered the fuck out of me. And you need to know if you're listening now. But I have to get this off my chest. I almost murdered you in class today when you said those words. Because there are so many people that I could have done reports about. There are so many things that I could have just fallen asleep in class for because I already know about it already. Same with fucking African American history. I'm black. I know 95% of African American history by default, right? You come out of the fucking womb, like, if you're even half black, you come out with like a little fucking green book and shit, right?
Let's talk about the green book.
We're not gonna talk about the green book. That was a couple weeks ago. We talked about the Oscars.
That's outdated now.
It's old news. Just like
Good. You need to take like a 5-minute break.
no, I
She's the one running this show.
I know,
This-
but
she
like,
has
you,
to-
You
I have
sound
to
kinda
be.
Like,
It's it's all
Cheryl,
getting out.
Cheryl,
You
do
know?
you have any pains you want to talk about?
Oh, I talked
in
about one
terms
of the pains.
scheduling?
another like what like I get it's random, but like the person who went on look, there's Sumi. The person who went yesterday.
oh, so
Hi, Sumi.
in the chat, I was like, what?
Hi, darling.
But the person who went yesterday, she was like, oh, they randomize it based on credits.
What?
Which isn't necessarily true. Because I technically am ahead
Right.
by 4 credits.
So why did you register today instead of yesterday?
Exactly.
I'm ahead by 1 credit, so.
Right,
you
'cause we
should've
took the
gone-
pre-college
you should've
course.
gone
And then you
before me.
also got the 10-15. I know that one's randomized,
That's-
but why didn't you go yesterday?
Like, if that doesn't make sense, you know? Just like there's so many things about registration that don't make sense. There's so many things. And then the fucking financial hold.
they
Why
do
they
that?
don't tell you that ahead of time.
I'm just mad because
Yeah,
I
they
had
didn't
the
email
earliest
you or
time
anything?
slot. No, they literally. I checked my
So you-
email. I was like, did I get any emails? Like, did I just miss them? And literally, I had 0 emails about financial hold. Like, they just didn't tell me.
And like people, alright, so like the other really annoying thing is that there's no real solution to the registration process problem.
Right.
Because it's like, it's random, but then another idea is to do it based on like your grade
Right.
point
Yeah,
average.
But that was the reason why it got changed to random, right?
Yeah, because it used to be that. That was literally.
And like people are like, oh,
before
well,
our
it's not
sophomore
fair
year.
because some people will have easier classes or
You know
some
what?
people.
Just change it back.
It's just like, well, you kind of have to. I feel you kind of have to earn it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like
It's
I,
merit based.
yeah, like if some jackass with a fucking 1.6 GPA or whatever the fuck you need to graduate,
Right.
you know, has the 8 a.m. prime time slot and gets all the classes they got. You're fucking an A-list student, and last year you got fucked in the ass by the fucking registration.
10:45.
By an A-list student.
It's 10-15.
Yeah, you got the
10-15.
10-15 time slot, and like you were stuck with the bottom of the barrel of classes.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to get the 8 a.m. and I got all the classes I wanted, you know. But
It's so weird
that-
because even within the 8 a.m. time slot, you still get like there's still like a lot is like missing.
Yeah.
it's
I'm
like,
just mad because I had the 8 a.m., but then I
Right.
got cut. because
like that's something you should know within like 24 hours
Right.
of your registration date.
Yeah,
in
so then I
time.
could have fixed it because all morning.
You were on the website yesterday, right? It didn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Not that I saw.
Oh,
I don't know. Not that I noticed, at least. But yeah, literally all morning I was running between at least student accounts of financial aid
So
are like
right
right there at 24th Street.
Right.
But like I was running up and down the elevator because I had to use my laptop and go back and forth and have my dad on the line and I was trying to figure out all this shit and going
You
around
should bring
every
your
single
laptop
office.
downstairs.
I didn't think about that until.
Yeah, connect to the same Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Oh well. Either way, it's just
Good
like
breakout.
yeah. No, because the whole process. I went down, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then they printed out, like, a paper at the financial aid office that showed my whole bill and everything. And I was like, okay, the fuck? And then I went to student accounts. And they were like, oh, you have to, like, pay this amount. You have to shelf out, like, a couple $1,000s in order to do your scheduling. And I was like, I can't do that right now. And I call my dad, and it's, mind you, there's like a 3-hour difference, so he's
Right.
still sleeping, and he has his phone on Do Not Disturb mode, so calling him doesn't do anything because it doesn't ring. It just goes straight to voicemail.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way when I lost my phone and it was underneath the piece of paper on the table.
You lost that phone for 5 hours.
Yep.
And even when you think that you have the classes, like nope, you got to call your advisor to get the classes that you're required to take.
Yup. Because now they flipped the script on us.
But they didn't
And they-
change the system,
Right.
so that I could take the class. I had to call my advisor to do it manually.
It's
I
like
know. I went there in person.
I feel bad for him because now he has to do that for every single
Yeah.
junior animation major.
Literally, yeah.
Every single one.
Why did they do that to him?
Like,
What could
This
you
is
just
why
do
he.
something?
This is why he always looks tired and stressed.
Oh yeah, over the phone he's like so tired.
Same,
Yeah, he
same in
sounded
he's
tired.
he's just always like that.
Just
This
like
is how
you
he
know what?
always is.
Just you don't even have to care about that category.
No.
Don't even pay much attention to that category. I'm like, okay,
What?
how'd you move it?
Oh.
you want to speak?
You want to say something?
No.
You want to talk about registration at SVA?
I dropped out of college.
The unique perspective.
I gave up on my dreams and just now working a dead end job at Kmart.
Hey, it's a new
Not
path.
yet.
It's a different path.
Not yet.
Ooh, you applied to Kmart.
Yep, I got the interview. I'm gonna get called probably Monday. They said Monday the earliest, Tuesday the latest for my second interview, where they'll
It's a
probably.
multi-step process.
Adulting.
Yeah.
I'm
Woo!
still trying.
Yeah.
I think Blake called me back. Well, I have to call. He has to
Making
call
like
me.
$150 a week, and it's
Hey.
all going towards rent. To your madre.
And food.
And a bullet to my head.
Oh, yeah.
Bullets are.
I loved it when you looked at me square in the face a couple nights ago. You're like, can we just commit suicide like right now? I was like, no, I have
Also-
an assignment due tomorrow.
Also, another gripe I have is not being able to take like major like classes that like aren't within your major, like
Yeah.
illustration
You
or
gotta,
like
like,
3D.
Suck 3 dicks just to take the class. Just to sit in on
Honestly,
the class.
honestly.
I see the problem that one of my friends has with like taking illustration classes. I don't know. I think she did get like one of them, but it's sort of like you have to go through this like whole process of
You gotta be scanned, x-rayed,
Right.
sodomized, and then sell your soul. And then you could take the gouache painting class.
because I just want to learn Maya once.
Oh my god, yeah.
Apparently, like, there's a 3-year free trial for students.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
So you
Is
can-
it just
Yeah.
online or do I have to
I
go through the
thought-
school?
Probably through
Oh.
the school.
Okay.
I just want to get 2D paint.
I just hate
Me
how
too.
3D computer art and animation are like separated, but then film and animation are combined. And
Which
this-
is-
this
There
is
was that
like,
one majestic thesis film last year where they spliced
no,
together.
no, we don't.
Majestic.
We're not gonna.
Majestic.
We're not gonna talk about. We're not gonna talk about that. No.
I'm so
Talk about
excited.
I'm gonna
Thesis
do it. I'm gonna do
films.
it better this year.
I'm so excited for the Dusties or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it this
Ah.
year.
Oh yeah. Are they?
The Rusties.
The Rusties.
The
maybe?
dusty, crusty, and busted.
No, I have a lot of faith in this year.
Why don't they just call it a diamond in the rough? The Diamond in the Rough
Which
Awards.
films are the diamonds, and which ones are the roughs?
That-
Because the way you described it, it's like just digging through piles of shit to find that one quarter.
Yeah.
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 And even the good ones usually are like good for this.
I think today, like, because we're all kind of
Are the good ones the ones that are just really
Can we just
pretentious?
complain about everything
So yeah,
that's wrong
today,
with us?
today since we're on edge right now.
Okay, that's our-
and we're
that's our
gonna get-
theme.
We're gonna get canceled. And I'm gonna have an interview to work here next
People
week.
need to know.
So now I want to just ruin my chances of working at the station.
That's
But
okay.
you know what? I don't
Did
even
they get
really
back
care.
to you?
Huh?
They email you or something?
You just register for an interview slot, and then I get to be interviewed on the last week of March. So like literally, I come in here.
What did I choose?
I chose 6:30 right before, so like I could have my interview right before the show.
Did they have
Mm.
dates? Because I remember I chose
It's
Wednesday
like
at something.
that whole week, and then by time slot.
Okay, I have to look at what the dates were because I know it's on Wednesday at something.
I think like once you select yours, it's gone. Like it's just like they take it off, so obviously to avoid repeats. So like just like look and see like what times you're missing from Wednesday or something.
You should email me. Oh my
No one on the
I don't
radio
even
show is gonna
remember.
understand.
we can't necessarily show memes.
Yeah,
This is
the,
a-
the
this is
memes
an
are
audio
the memes are
format.
not visual, or they're visual, not audio.
Audio friendly podcast.
Okay.
So they announced. So they're making the. They're adapting the Batman and Ninja Turtles comic into an animated movie that like just came out. Yeah, like it's out. There's a trailer and there's like, hey, it's out.
They just released it.
Wait,
You
it's
can
Pretty
watch
much.
it?
Batman and Ninja Turtles
Yes.
together?
Yes.
They're-
Yes.
Oh.
So the plot of it is Shredder was trying to build a device so he could take over the multiverse. Why not? And that device rips a hole that sends him, Dr. Baxton? I'm like flaking on that name. The black guy that turns into a fucking fly.
Oh, I don't know anything about Ninja Turtles.
Fuck, I'm the only person here that knows stuff about Ninja Turtles. Cool. Him, and the Ninja Turtles and the entire Foot Clan get sent to Gotham City.
Spider-Verse, but with Batman and Ninja Turtles.
It's amazing, and I love it, and I'm so excited for it.
I mean, why not? They
Batman
made it.
fights Shredder. Batman fights Shredder. Can we watch the trailer?
Not right now.
Oh,
We're
lame.
gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah, we're gonna get copyrighted.
Lame.
People won't even be able to see it.
Whack.
That's true.
Whack. Whack.
I guess we'll watch it when we get home.
Or after the
Aren't you so
podcast.
excited, Kiana? I could see the excitement brimming on your face.
I'm just excited for us.
She just hates everything I love, and I'm forced to love all the things she loves.
No,
Yeah,
of
that's
course
how
we
that's
will.
how a healthy relationship
Yeah,
works.
she hates
I think
everything.
so.
Everything I love, she sits on.
No, I
Just like my
see.
life.
Yes, this is Brian's last appearance on the show. That's that on that.
This is when she kills me.
That's the wrong side of the mic.
When she kills me.
See how you significantly louder? See? What were we talking about before?
SVA.
SVA. What else did they talk about SVA? Shit. No, we're not gonna go too deep. We're not gonna go too deep into the rabbit hole. You gotta pay tuition to get that tea. But
Yeah, unlock.
There's some
you gotta unlock.
crazy ass shit.
Yeah, that's some
Talk
crazy
about it
things
after
about
the
SVA.
after the podcast.
Yeah, that's podcast after hours.
We can talk about the. I mean, if you go to the Dusties, you'll see. I don't.
All right, so like to break it down, my honest opinion of
Can
the
we go?
Dusties, huh?
Here we go.
Yeah, you could go.
Let's go.
You can bring whoever.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. I want to do that.
Yeah, you could
And
see
then we'll
what
go to
it's
Big
like.
Daddy's again. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? I don't want a hat. I have a hat.
Does it
Thank
fit the
you.
head?
But
She was just trying to give you a
you
kiss.
don't just reach over.
It's
Especially.
not done yet. I was
You're
trying
gonna
to
give me
size it.
Vietnam fucking flashbacks with just like somebody reaching their head over my. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Go go through that
It's
glass.
like a dog. You go under, not over.
Yeah,
You'll-
you don't just like hover over me. I thought you were gonna come over and say something. That's why I like moved over and then you reaching for my head. Like you're gonna fucking.
But yeah, what's your honest opinion of the Dusties?
So the honest, are you losing gonna
Looks
put me on
dusty.
financial hold from the tea? Yes. Wait, Sumi, you know the tea. You go here.
Can we just get Shimmy on video call?
No,
After.
I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Shimmy, I'm gonna video call you.
We
Tis
could
false.
try.
It's
Um,
really random. Oh. Okay.
Fuck.
Dusty's opinions.
So the Dusties is really weird.
Yeah.
Let's say what it is. It's a
It's
film
weird.
festival.
It's a film festival that incorporates both film and animation.
What is it named after? Why is it called the Dusties?
That's tea that you need to get when you come.
Because it's trash.
No.
No,
No.
it's
That's
let's just say
that's what I was
Zach,
talking
that's
about.
gay.
Is that actually true though?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I believe it. I think
Right.
so.
Believe it.
So, basically, the Dusties is so for the animation department specifically because I never watched the film department. I'm a rep
Yeah,
mindset.
it's like two separate
Except for that one hybrid.
Yeah, that one hybrid that was 11 minutes long.
It didn't need to be.
But
But
it
it
was
was.
a pilot, guys.
Yeah, it's a whole show. But essentially, so like for our department specifically, you know, people make about a 4-minute film. That's I think like the max amount, and like you have to ask special permission to make it longer. There was that one 8-minute film, but it was really well done, and like the story,
Which one?
the one where it's like the dude with the light powers fighting the darkness and shit, and it was 8 minutes.
Oh,
That was
mhm.
8 minutes.
It was 8 minutes.
I didn't even notice it was so good.
Yeah, it was like clean.
Was that the opening? Was that like the
No.
Or no, was it the end?
It was near the end of the first half. We didn't even stick around for the second half, and I felt bad because Ashes was in the second half.
Was it?
No, we
It
watched
was the
that.
first half.
Oh, Ashes was in the first half.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the first half.
I feel like somebody we cared about was in the second half. Like y'all were like, oh, so and so's gonna be in the second half, and we didn't go. Oh, regardless, so
I didn't want to leave. But
so essentially, like, I don't know, the Dusties is strange because there's a plethora of talent at
And
SVA.
well, no, actually talent, but they're being
No, yeah.
very
There's like,
underlined.
yeah, like
Underutilized talent.
Yeah.
basically.
So there's like a
Like
lot of
admired.
really well-known films from SVA, like the bank robbery one,
Heist.
The
Oh, The
Heist,
Heist. That
which
one
is a
was really
wonderful
Yeah,
film.
Branko.
Then the overhyped Timber. Then
Vivian Madrano.
then Don't Say It. Are they gonna say how you like
Wasn't
her?
Buccaneer
Those-
popular?
But I like
Eh,
that was
that's-
kind of cute.
Well, on YouTube, like I think it
I
has like a
mean,
decent amount of views.
Then
Everyone knows Rebecca Sugar, but no one really knows her.
Singles?
thesis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, who'd you
singles.
talk
Singles
about?
was really
Vivzy
uncomfortable.
Pop.
I like Fizzy Pop.
It was supposed to be.
Yeah, I know it
What's wrong with
was.
her?
Oh, I think it was supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was.
right?
Pretentious art style.
yeah, so there was like 3 people who worked together. It was Rebecca and then 2 other people, and like
Ian? Wait,
Was he in part? No, I don't think
no.
so.
I don't think it was. But regardless, so, like, you know how like when dude falls on the floor and he drops the pack
Yeah.
of craft singles, like that guy is one film, and then there's the door across the hall. That's another film. So they just work. It was like 3 neighbors, and Rebecca was one of them, and she was the singles guy who had like the TV.
I didn't know there was 2 other films that were connected.
Yeah, I've only seen the one.
You ever seen Johnny Noodleneck?
Yeah.
I love Johnny Noodleneck.
Yeah, I love
That's
Johnny
fun.
Noodleneck.
I love the song that they play at the end with her and her brother.
Yeah.
That was cute. But yeah, there's things like that. Then there's another one where I like the Spaceman one, where dude, like there's like a monster who like who's very dog-like but doesn't know its own strength and ends up like either scaring the shit out of the astronaut and he like busts his helmet, or like the monster busts his helmet. And there's like a whole pile of astronauts and then like another astronaut. It's a really good one.
When was that one released?
Yeah, one.
I remember when I like
I don't think I've seen
came.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Vivzy's the year Vivzy Pops was. It was really good though. It was really good. I love that one. It's actually kind of dark. Like it was like a year when everybody did space shit.
No.
But it was dark but like cute. I don't know. It was a good film. I have a DVD somewhere at my dad's house. I'll probably like pick it up the next time I see him and show y'all. It's a good film. But yeah, it's like for every one of those,
Or the Danish
there's
Terrible.
about 10
Or more.
Or more.
guesstimate. There's about 10
Plus.
mediocre films.
Oh.
Mediocre
Oh, just
to
just
mediocre
mediocre.
to really shitty.
Oh, the really shitty ones have their own category.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah,
Garbo.
Garbo.
And so I'll forget.
Spotless.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to say the films out loud, but I guess we're just gonna go.
If we're just
go
gonna
If we're
go
gonna
down.
talk about the good films, we gotta talk about the bad
All
films.
right. Well, I guess we'll just
Spotless.
talk
Equal
about
opportunity.
Literally,
the all-time
Just-
favorite of the favorite school play.
Ninjas.
the Total Drum Island fan art win.
All right,
Ninjas.
really fucked up story. So my friends and I, when we went to go to the Dusties last year, we saved a spot for a person, and that person came a little late. But because they came a little late, somebody that we didn't know sat at the end of that row. And school play comes on. Everybody in our 2 rows was gasping, wondering how the fuck did this shit get in. And we see the person look at us, get up and leave.
No!
And it turns out that guy was the guy who made school play.
You guys are dicks!
No.
No.
That was his
You
have-
4th year at this school.
You have
and
not
that was the
seen
shit
it.
that he put on the screen.
If you spent $100,000 over the course of 4 years to make that final product,
That was
How much money?
4 or so minutes that I'm never going to get back.
I want
Alright.
to see this film now.
I will show it to you.
I want to see
is
this
it
film
on?
now.
Is it public?
Probably.
Maybe. I'll Google it really quickly.
And
but I
then
won't play
literally
it.
Google SVA Ninja.
Did we watch that one together? Oh, Gordon.
We watched this in class.
Yeah, a teacher
Yeah,
showed-
literally.
He showed us a bunch of ninja films. There was that
He
one.
told
There
us
was
a
big-
story about this kid who didn't want to do any of the art assignments. Like,
Just
there's like a
draw-
drawing
draw
course.
ninjas.
There's a drawing course. You're gonna learn anatomy. You're gonna learn gesture drawing. You're gonna learn all these things. You're gonna make. I want to draw ninjas, but no. There's a color theory, and then you gotta know the basics before you can. I want to draw ninjas. It's like,
It's like if you're
all
gonna
right,
do that,
draw ninjas.
at least draw them well. Like ninjas have anatomy. Like they have bones in their body.
We assume.
I want to draw anime ninjas. Is probably what he should have said.
Now, if somebody in the 5th grade was given a Wacom tablet and Flash 3.0 and made that, I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
But if you are a 23-year-old individual and you put away at least maybe if you had the max amount of fucking financial aid and shit, let's say you paid $1,000 a semester, right? So you put $8,000. I don't know, some ridiculous. You put money into your education.
Your parents are rich.
Your
Parents are rich.
Your parents are rich. You spend $100,000 over the course of 4 years. You have access to literally any fucking program you want, even
All
pencil,
tutorials, everything.
even pencil and paper.
Right?
You have
It was on
access.
pencil and paper.
Huh?
It wasn't pencil and paper, right?
One of them was on pencil and paper, but his thesis film was done in Flash. If you have access to literal Disney animators, people who have worked in the industry, people who have made success stories out of themselves, and you make that,
I want to see this.
I want my son to draw
we will
ninjas.
watch these after the podcast.
Alright.
But that's one of them.
I want my
That's
son to draw ninjas.
then SVA school play.
I got an X-Plaid. Look at this big
Oh,
boy.
that's dope.
Yeah, look at this big old
I'm
boy.
in an brain aneurysm.
Look at this thick lad. I love X-Plaid. X-Plaid's the shit.
Yup, there it is. It's on
Oh.
SVA portfolios.
Oh, no,
God. So
no.
That's another after the podcast.
That's another after the podcast special.
watch.
Oh,
The thing,
This shit
the
after
bad
the
thing
podcast.
about it is that it isn't. It's screened for being completed, but not for quality, which I think it needs both.
Yeah.
and a lot of teachers get like scolded for that because I know a lot of teachers who don't play that. Like they'll give thesis films an F,
Right.
but then like because these kids have power and money, and or because they have some kind of disability, then they'll use that.
Someone said, "Damn, I just searched it up."
Angela.
My question is how?
A frequent watcher. I mean, we said where to find SBA portfolio.
We'll watch this after. Oh my god, this is incredible. This guy's
no,
I want to watch this.
We don't want to get copyrighted. You
I
can't
want
play
to watch
that.
it
we
with
can't.
everyone.
That's not like.
Sure, this-
Well, yeah, but they
That's
can't. They
not
can't see it. This is
copyrighted.
audio
No.
medium.
So, anyways, so
It's like royalty-free music.
This is
So-
America.
so like, fuck,
Thank you,
y'all
Stephen.
keep talking,
Sorry.
and I keep forgetting. So, essentially, just like if you put all that money away to make the film, like, and then when these kids, use that their disabilities and stuff, as an excuse, like, I understand to an extent,
Right.
but like,
Yeah,
there's
but-
also people here to help you. There's also like the disabilities office who can
Right.
help you, and there's really no excuse to be producing some of the shit that comes out in front of basically the industry because people come from all over, That's what they advertise when you come to this school. They're like, oh, yeah, so-and-so's going to be at the Dusty Awards and stuff. Like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and
Which
Disney. And they see these things. And it's embarrassing.
Which I put on the school because if it is going to be
Yeah.
some kind of like producer's show, or if like people from the industry are going to come to see our work, you're going to want to show them the most quality stuff. And then like again, like a lot of people suggested, we'll just have like pick the top 15 or whatever.
Which is a really great idea.
Yeah, I
'cause
really
it
And
hope
then
they
have
do
a
it.
separate thing for other people who want their films to be screened.
Like-
The film department has 2 days for their thing, and that makes sense because a lot of them are longer. But we could also have 2 days for our thing and just have the quality ones
Like,
screened, and then everything.
Sumi got shit to say.
We have to call in guests.
Caller, you are
are
live.
First time caller.
I am? I bet. So no, you know how you're talking about how people, they pay money and shit, even though they got like a lick of talent? Yeah, no, that gets me, a person who literally scrambled to get money to get myself off financial hold, extremely fucking angry. Like, I don't understand how these parents are like, oh, my kid could put a line on a piece of paper. They're iconic. Like, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
We're all
It-
popping off
it's-
today.
Yeah, we're just
Because
gonna.
we're all really bitter today. So it's just like...
This is our last show anyway, so.
Last
I
show, we're
literally-
going out and bang.
I got so angry with the school. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I muted myself from the chat because I was like,
Yeah, we
I'm
did.
ready
I
to
did.
like go off. Like, I
Is it
was.
because we were talking about our schedules and shit?
No. Well, that too, but also I
I'm sorry.
felt bad. No, you guys are fine. But like, I just felt like shit because, and especially like, I cried to my parents because I was like, here you guys are like throwing an arm and a leg. The school's just like, no. But then we got pendejos like who can't draw,
Expletive.
like school play head asses, throwing in their fucking inheritance, and then they get a degree, and I'm over here like struggling to pay, and then I'm gonna have to deal with debt. Like, man, I wish I was on today.
Yeah. As great common sense goes, somebody can have zilch... Who was it, Gory who said it? You can have no fucking talent and put in the grind,
Right. It's like that thing they say, like it's like a pyramid of things. You either have to turn in things on time, have a good personality, or like have talented work, and you have to pick at least 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
If you ain't got anything, boy,
You're cooked. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 times out of
Yeah.
10, like, the people here are just sometimes barely
they
even
don't even
one.
turn things in on time, or turn things in at all, which is like the bare minimum.
Yeah.
They don't even have a good personality, which is like not even the bare minimum. That's not
my
even
thing
the
is,
bare
like-
minimum.
Because if you have a good personality, then people will help you.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Good
know?
personality, and you turn things in on time. It's like,
It's like, yeah, this person, like, tries their very best. They, you know, they try to lift people's spirits and shit. Let's help them out. Or, like, if you're a dickhead, it's like, well, this person's pretty great at
and they
drawing
turn things
and shit.
on time.
Turn things in on time.
Or if they are talented and have a good personality, then maybe you're willing to overlook some things.
It's
as
like,
long as
yeah,
they
you
get
know,
it in.
they have a bit of struggles going on at home. They get sick easy, fine.
But they turn in excellent work,
Yeah.
right? But if you ain't got nothing,
You don't have a triangle. It's just empty space.
It's just 1 point dimensions.
Just
a
a
blank
dot.
piece of fucking paper.
It's like a dot on the
Look.
outside of the triangle that says money.
Basically, like, it's just like, I have a feeling that there's some really talented kids, like Angelo, like, I've watched
Oh,
him
hell
since
yeah.
I've watched him since my senior year of high school, and like I've gone over his fucking portfolio and shit, and he has really good work, and he's forcing himself to learn how to animate, and I'm more than willing to help him because he has the talent. But I have a feeling that because, you know, he's not that well off, you know, or because of his grades or some shit, you know, that it's just like, you know, you come to art school to learn how to do art, not take 10 humanities courses. Not take 10 humanities courses, you know?
just to pad it out so we can get a bachelor's.
It's just like, he said, I'm still bitter at the fact that the guy with the ninja fetish got me fucked up. It's just like, it's frustrating because there's so many people who deserve to be here. Like my
Right,
friend,
There's a lot of people who are like, they don't get in, and their work's like pretty solid. I don't understand.
Yeah, I had a friend in high school. He tried to get in here twice, and he didn't get in. And
Yeah, I
his
don't
stuff is
understand
really good.
how it's done, because then you have some people who can't like draw a straight line,
yeah,
or who can't like
with the shift key on, with the shift key.
Yeah, it's like, how do you fuck that up?
or like who doesn't know how to use programs at all
But there's sources here for you to learn.
in the second year.
I'll leave you guys with this because, like, I'm sorry, I gotta get ready for tomorrow because
Yeah.
I gotta sign up for
Basketball
classes
game?
then.
I got a basketball game tomorrow.
True,
Good luck.
but you
Yeah,
know,
good luck.
it's like, it's like if I were to literally pull up to the school and show them how distraught I was, just trying to sign up for classes, just trying to get money to pay for my shit, they would not give a damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I tell you, I was like, my mom was supposed to wake me up to go to the city with her. No, she heard me crying under my covers, and she was just like, nah.
I'm sorry.
And my dad called me and was like, no, you can't get frustrated. You just have to keep pushing on. You just have to try your hardest, and we are here for you. And, you know, that made me feel better. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the greatest artist. Like, when I came to SVA, I was shocked, and I was like, oh my God, y'all are fantastic. Like, I got all happy and shit.
Me too. I felt that.
But, like, I'm willing to put in the work and the effort. Meanwhile, you got motherfuckers who can draw, like, you know, like, I'll be honest, Maya, you know, for her age, she's got some artistic talent. But I'm like, you should not be submitting in, like, kindergarten or, like, middle school work when you are in your 20s or your second to third year of college. Like, that's unacceptable. And just because you're bringing it in bank or whatever, no, fuck that shit. I would have thrown your ass out, period. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what the acceptance thing is for the school when I see
don't
such
know.
mediocre,
Yeah, how do they
untalented
How do they
people.
pick people?
Because, like, again, there are really talented people who are like, yeah, I'm on my second time trying to get in the school, and, like, they don't get in. I'm like, but your work is fantastic. Like, what happened?
And, like, people got mad at me last year for noting that. Like, there's a definite difference. Like, when I say, like, there's a talent gap, I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody. There are really amazing people here that, like, I get really jealous of
Right.
because I'm like,
I
how did you
definitely-
get to that level? Huh?
Why are you here?
Oh, they
Oh,
left.
okay.
But it's like, how did you get to that level already?
Right.
You're in your, you're
Like,
barely
last
20.
Year, like, even last year, you had people who were just, like, who are already working
Working in the industry. It's like, why are you here? You know? Like, there's, like, you know, that happy medium of, like, kids who could draw in high school, you know, and like maybe some of these kids came from a school where it's like, oh yeah, they were the only motherfucker who could draw,
Right.
so like they believed, and then they come here and they're like, oh shit, there's a lot of people here, let me up my game. You know, there are people who do improve from freshman year to sophomore year. I've seen some like really great improvement, but then there's some people who just bitch and moan about like how they can't handle critiques. I'll never forget this one time I had to reach out to a freshman because they were like, oh, my teacher on the first day of class said that we need to know how to draw to come to art school.
Yeah. No shit.
You had to submit an art portfolio to get in here.
Yeah, you put that on your story, I think.
Like, no, I didn't put it on my story.
Oh.
I reached out to the person. I'm like, do you have so-and-so? Because that's what they say on the first day of
Oh,
class.
you told us, I think.
And then, like, it's like, yeah, I do. And it's like, well, that's something you submitted a
It's not
portfolio.
lying.
You submitted a portfolio. You got in. That means that you have something, you know? At least something. Good grades, maybe. But, like...
I think you curbed that person from giving him another headache.
It's just like, you're supposed to know how to draw. Why are you here? It's the School of Visual Arts. If you can't do visual arts, then why are you here? Go to photography. If you can't draw, like he said, he was on the elevator with a bunch of animation majors holding stacks of paper. And it's like, oh, I knew we were going to be animated, but I wasn't expecting to draw this much. What were we expecting to be doing? What were we expecting to be doing? If you wanted to write stories or just write film, there's a class for that. There's a whole major. The film department.
You get to minor in it, right?
Huh?
Is it like you take a film?
I don't know. Just like...
Can you minor in things on this?
Yeah, you can. I think it was like minoring in a story... What is it called again?
I don't know what I received. I'm about to find out.
In
Anyways,
screenwriting. I think. Minoring in
It's
screenwriting.
it's an advanced screenwriting course, but it's 2 semesters.
Yeah.
And that's really annoying.
I just want to point out to people that Sean had AirDrop open on his phone, so I just
I
sent
always
him
do.
this.
Let's read it out. I'm gonna say the N-word.
And it's just a picture of Venom for the Venom movie.
I mean, is he black?
Technically.
He can
yeah.
say it.
He's
Not
black.
everybody can take pictures either dead.
That's true. You
I
have
mean,
to
like,
look
I'm
at
not
the
undermining.
camera.
I'm not undermining the
It's
photography
just
major.
if you can't
draw, there's options for you if you
you
still
can
want
still go to art school.
I'm really
Not
glad
know how to
Jill
draw.
got in.
Yeah, she can
Jill's
draw.
really talented,
and she
I
has
think-
a lot of ambition.
And I also think this school could help her just improve her craft.
That's
And
the
I'm
point.
really glad she got it. Like, she's a fantastic artist, and I'm not like,
Who's
well, like,
Jill?
Jill's one of my friends. I'm gonna try and have her down here and meet all you guys one day.
I mean,
I met
Um,
her.
And then maybe next year
You did.
she could be on the
Oh,
show.
you did, yeah. I'm gonna definitely have her on here. And I'm gonna try and get her out. We can try and get her on the podcast.
She's really
But yeah,
sweet.
she's a sweetheart, and she's a really talented artist, and I think she's a perfect example of somebody who can come into this college and
Just
she already
improve.
she's a great artist, but if this school could really help her improve, and I'm really glad she got it.
And she has buddies in another department, which
Yeah.
is really fucking helpful. You know, because like we could sneak her into places.
Yeah.
You know, we got a whole Cintiq Club.
Just
Shit,
bring
we
your
got
own
5
pen.
of them shits. Bring your own pen. We Gucci. We good.
Over here.
Shit.
think
But like,
I think I've improved, but like I'm worried I haven't improved enough to. Like,
you don't
share
take
the-
pictures of your work? Like,
No.
that's why I have an Instagram. I
That
just
is-
No, I
scroll
mean, I
back and
feel-
vomit at the shit that I posted last
So
year.
that means that
No,
you
like, I
got
like-
better.
Exactly.
I keep track of my sketchbooks and I look back and I'm like, oh wow,
Exactly.
that's bad. But like, I'll
you
be like,
have
what
a
if I don't improve enough to make the price tag worth it? Like
That's
what-
Yeah.
that's my worry.
Yeah.
It's like I have to make these years worth it, so I have to like.
That's why I always felt bad for you, because like, you know, I thought like if you didn't get what you wanted this year, you were just gonna dip, and like we can't lose more
No.
people.
I
in this
don't know.
group.
The thing is, like, with more people dropping out, I'm just like wondering, like, is it even worth it? Like when I had to
Wondering should I just
acquire funds for like this year, so that I wouldn't be on a financial hold again. I'm just like, is it worth it?
should I just drop
Is
out
it
and
worth
draw
it?
internet porn for the rest of my
Right?
life?
You know what?
I
You
thought
can make some
about it.
good money.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
I
'cause
thought about
internet
it.
porn pays
You know?
really well.
Yep. especially story
NSFW
porn.
art.
Like I see
it
those
pays.
Patreons, I see those backers. They have like over 700 backers, and you know they're making bread.
Like,
Oh yeah.
We have Sakimi-chan who's like making like a bunch of like highly rendered art, and she like gets paid like 6 digits.
yep, a month, right?
Yeah, because don't they like? Isn't it go in a month,
Yeah,
right?
it's every month.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's making bank.
She's a
Oh my
millionaire,
God.
man.
Link shirtless.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
And like everything is like the same style, so it's not even like a big switch up when you're doing those things, you know?
Like it
Micah
looks nice,
says-
but they do kind of look similar to each other.
Yeah, like
Mike-
even when she's doing fat characters, they're always like really slimmed down.
Micah says, I took a break from drawing, and I know I've improved without a doubt, but man, there are talented kids in fine arts. There's talented kids in every fucking major.
Yeah, every department.
You know, like, there's some kids who just, like, came out their mom's pussy with a fucking Blackwing.
Right?
And it's just like, yeah, you totally deserve to be here. In fact, the school doesn't deserve you.
You deserve to teach.
There's a few students who I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Leave.
Like, Tatiana.
You're just here to stunt on them.
Fan-fucking-tastic. She worked on a fucking Chinese anime.
Right.
Like, that's fucking crazy.
She barely shows up, too.
Well, that's true, but...
I know it's because of, like, work stuff, but also if the work is keeping you from coming to class, then just cut out class.
Yeah.
Kaya.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Like sometimes whenever I'm, like, stuck on Mario's assignments, I'll go on her Twitter and see how she does it. And I'm like, huh. And then I'll, like try to, like, emulate, not copy. I'm not going to copy somebody else's work, but I'll be like, huh,
like the feel of it, right?
Yeah, like, she, like, posted, like, her thumbs for Tigger.
Yeah,
she
also does, like, tutorial stuff on her Twitter. And she has, like, a lot of followers for it.
I know you guys don't like Chelsea, but I do feel like she's too good to be here. Her
Yeah,
animation's
I
just
agree.
really good.
Yeah. It's just that triangle. The personality part is missing. But everything else.
I mean, like...
Yeah.
Scumbag person.
I mean, just
fantastic
Not a
artist.
scumbag.
No, she's not a scumbag.
I don't know who this
she's
person
just
is.
Like, I
annoying
can
to be
tolerate...
around.
I'm fine with her.
We're not going to talk shit. We're not going to talk shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel weird using names, too, but...
That's true.
Well, I'm using names in a positive outlook.
Right.
Just, like, Kaya, Tatiana, like, there's so many wonderful people who, like, the school does not deserve. But then there's also people who don't deserve to be
Talk
here.
about that later.
I'm just gonna say general people. So, like, people who complain but never talk to anybody about it.
Mhm.
There's a whole group of those. Then there's people who, you know, have the ambition. You gotta have the ambition and not have the talent. In quotations with talent.
Or the work ethic.
Right, you need work ethic. There's so many people who have really great talent, but they're shitty people and have no fucking work ethic at all. And that shit really irks the fuck out of me because you are wasting your time and you are wasting somebody else's spot who could have been here, who actually wanted to have, you know, the chance. And it's just like, you're really fucking yourself over and somebody else who could have had your spot. If you're not happy here, leave. There's not a gun against your fucking head telling you to spill out all this fucking money out of your fucking bank account or your parents' fucking bank account for you to fucking stay here, right? It's just like, it's really frustrating being here sometimes because it's just, it's, you know.
Let it all out. Let it all out.
It's just frustrating. Cause
Nah, man.
You know, I'm spending $15,000 a year.
I'm not even in this school and it's frustrating.
It's just like,
It's frustrating hearing it.
this is what we deal with. This is why we're snobby people when it comes to craft, because it's so important to us and we have to see this shit, you know. It's just like, that's why we're gonna shit on Captain Marvel. We're gonna shit on certain things, you know, because...
If no one does, they're just going to keep making more of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like the stuff that everyone's going to watch and think it's fine, because it'll just like...
And it's not fine.
It's not fine. Everyone's just going to be used to mediocrity.
Well, that's not my thing. It's just they can shit on Captain Marvel. You and me can't shit on it yet until we see it.
Yeah, you have to
I'm gonna
see
shit
it.
Yeah, no, you can't. Because you
it's
haven't seen it.
Because we all kind of have the same opinion.
But still,
I'll tell you, like, even
Until
before
you
watching
sit
it...
down
It's good. Like,
Oh, God.
I've heard it's good too.
It's good in the way that if you already like Marvel movies, then you're gonna like. If you like Marvel movies and aren't expecting anything else, then you're gonna like Captain Marvel. That's what I'm saying. So if I went into it not expecting anything at all, but knowing that it was just it just played out the same as every single other Marvel movie made me feel like I wasted my time. Because it did nothing different.
Woman. No, she's a woman. You know.
It's not even like Black Panther where they had like different scenery and stuff. Like it's just the 90s.
It's the 90s.
That's what I was thinking.
They play waterfalls, right?
I know, but that
They
says
play
nothing about
waterfalls. They got Blockbuster. They got dialogue.
But that's all
in
set
it.
dressing. It says nothing
It's
about
just
the
kind of
story or
there.
the characters. The 90s doesn't affect her really,
And
except for
Samuel
like.
Jackson has both eyes, and they make a lot of references to Pulp Fiction, apparently.
Yeah. You get to
So-
find out why he only has one eye, though.
Even though,
Man,
yeah,
I
okay.
saw spoilers already.
Even though no one asked.
Captain Marvel's
But
for
you
a
know.
different day, I guess.
It's lost of interest, buddy. I lost an eye. Well, I don't know. I've been out of the loop for the past couple of years with superhero movies. So.
It's good. That's okay.
It's okay.
I mean,
Spider-Verse matters.
Yeah,
They're good
Spider-Verse is
movies.
also- I mean,
That's all I'm gonna say.
the Marvel. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying that they're good in the
They're
way that
mediocre.
they've always been good,
mediocre.
and that just makes them mediocre at this stage.
I'm sorry, we must sound like a bunch
Yeah.
of pretentious.
I know.
assholes.
If you like a movie, you like a movie.
My whole thing is like I will agree. Yes, they are the same movies, but that makes movies like Civil War, Infinity War, Captain America: Winter Soldier. Those one movies that come out that just blow you the fuck away, that are just fantastic movies. Not superhero movies, movies. It makes those special. And then you get, like, you have, like, your Iron Man 2s, your Ant-Man. There's the movies like, okay, it's a good movie, but, like, it just feels like the other Marvel movies. It makes those other ones, like Spider-Man Homecoming is another good example. Another great movie with, like, a great villain and a great plot. It's one of those movies that, like, that really just hits you, like, oh, okay, this is why I'm sticking with this franchise, is because they keep throwing those kind of movies at me.
But then it makes me wonder, then why release the other ones? Why should I have to wait?
It's like Steve Universe.
Well,
why would I want to stick through all this filler?
Well, because they've rushed the schedule, though. That's the thing.
I guess.
Yeah, but there's so many. Like, why would I as a dedicated fan?
And, like,
I'm not one, but
you
what
have
if I
to
was
see
one?
all of them.
In order of release date.
Or you're gonna get fucked because you won't understand
Or
something.
you can just watch the timeline
all of
video.
them.
really
You get
don't.
what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still get it.
You
just
kind
feel
of...
like cultural osmosis through the internet.
Yeah.
I guess.
You really
all of them.
don't, though.
Mm.
They,
I guess.
Our time is almost over.
Yeah, we're almost
you could sit and watch Infinity War and still understand the
Yeah.
grasp of the story, and they do a
Okay,
good
that's
job
true.
at, like, because they explain what what the stones are, they explain their purposes.
Yeah.
The other movies are just extra fluff. They're just their ways of, like, well, here's where the stones were introduced. Here's where so and so was introduced.
Another thing as to why the DC movies don't fucking work is because they try to shove everything into one little movie.
Yeah, because
but, like,
it's a
we've had 10
convoluted
years.
mess. That's the thing with the DC movies. They over-explain and they overexpose it.
Aquaman was a bad movie.
I'm
I'm the only one out of you guys who watched it because my family dragged me to it, but it was a bad movie.
Wonder Woman's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good.
It's the best one we've gotten so far.
But is that saying a lot? Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman followed it.
I'm
We
waiting
would have taken anything.
I'm waiting for Shazam.
Me too. I'm
waiting for Shazam.
Shazam
Zachary
looks...
Levi can fuck me
Yeah,
any day.
Shazam looks decent, and I'm excited for Shazam.
It looks fun.
It looks like a fun
And
film.
on that note, on a positive note, we're going to end today's show.
SV only wants your money.
I love you.
They don't appreciate real talent.
I love you.
The Dusties exist.
All right.
Ninja
Uh,
talent.
All right. We'll be